Welcome to Extra Inning Echoes. We have Gabby Mike with us today, signee at Duke. Thank you for coming on. Just start off by telling us about yourself, where you're from, what your travel ball team, high school, and then why you essentially chose to go to Duke.
My name is Gabriella Mike. I'm from Altamont Springs. I always grew up there, in the Orlando area. I didn't really move out of state. I originally started playing softball because my brother, he played baseball, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll just join because of that. So he was my inspiration. My siblings are also my biggest inspiration for why I play this sport. And then I go to Mary High School. I transferred from Brantley last year, so I go to Mary High School now this year, and we start districts in about a week. So next week we start districts, and then I chose Duke, especially when I was on my visits and stuff. I always loved the atmosphere, just seeing the college. When I went for camps with my original travel ball team, we were Dukes, and we went for a Dukes camp there. And I just thought everyone was so welcoming, all the players, especially Coach Marissa. And I also like having just a female coach that they can also understand you while you're going through what you're going through. And then just the atmosphere with all the administration and stuff, how welcoming they are, and just the environment at Duke University.
That's awesome.
I know you mentioned your siblings were a big inspiration for you. Who else maybe in the college softball realm did you look up to growing up that, just motivated you to get better? Maybe you kind of circled your game around. Just tell us about who kind of influenced you growing up to want to play college softball.
So when my mom first opened her business, Alicia Ocasio was one of her big helps there. So I always had Alicia since I was 8, and I'm used to having her. She pushed me because oh, be a 3-way player, do this, your training aspect, how you train, it's gonna be better. So I always looked up to her because she was my first pitching coach and everything. So I always looked up to her, and that's one of the reasons why I play this sport. And then we're also having the same number in college, and she thought that was so funny. So she is definitely one of my biggest inspiration in the softball world that I look up to.
That's awesome. I loved watching her play too. So that's funny.
I grew up.
She was
I
awesome.
grew up playing with Lily on her travel ball team a little bit, and then obviously I played with her at Athletes Unlimited, and she's such a good person to be around. So we talk about you going to Duke in the next few months. Talk to us about the balance of that lifestyle. How are you maintaining, your workouts, just being able to eat healthy, high school ball, travel ball, school? How is that all coming together for you? How are you able to balance that so easily?
So my trainer, he does one-on-one trainings with me, and then I was also able to contact the trainer at Duke. So also because I get out of school at 12, that helps me create time for that. So usually Mondays or mostly Mondays or Wednesdays, I have hitting lessons at 1, or I'll just do my pitching drills and stuff, or I'll have training usually Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12. So I'll have that training, I balance that out, and then practices from 2:45 to 5. And usually by then, I usually get my schoolwork done at school, or after that, I'll just have some free time and do my schoolwork then. But then just having that gap between those two times after school and before practice helps me get in my training stuff. And then also my travel coach, Megan Betza, she does push us hard to work. So having her as my travel coach does help me want to be better and want to be a better student athlete and keeping that preparation.
You mentioning, Coach Young being a female, you being able to relate to you as a female. Same thing with Megan, right? She played at Michigan D1. You're going to Duke D1, so I think she knows what she's doing and where she came from, being coached by Hutch, one of the best in the game. I think you have everything you need with her as a coach, which is pretty cool. Talk to us about your recruiting process. How was your recruiting journey? What platforms did you utilize to get yourself out there, if you used any? Did you email coaches, go to camps? How did you get yourself noticed from Coach Young?
So I definitely did a lot of camps, and then I did a lot of Twitter, and I did email the coaches. And then also because since Coach Young went to Michigan, and having Coach Megan being Michigan, their connection definitely helped be able to have the exposure to her. And then just the atmosphere, especially with Coach Liv, because I do love Coach Liv. So she was also one of the nicer ones. I was scared of Coach Marissa at first because she was just a quiet coach. And I was like, oh, I don't know what she's thinking. So seeing those coaches, being able to talk to them at camps and stuff, that definitely helped. And then over the summer, I did have a lot of exposure in those big tournaments where they were able to come see me. So that was good. Yeah, mostly just Twitter I use. My mom did help me a lot with setting that up. and like knowing what to post, like knowing what coaches like, and then asking like Alicia, I was like, oh, how should I do like this situation if I'm having a pitching video, like how should I post it, what should I use? And then my pitching coach, Jody Bales, I don't know if you know her, she was Alicia's pitching coach too, but she was also like good with communicating, having the videos and posting them, and yeah, just being able to have that access to that.
So if you had younger generation of players that are about to get recruited, what would you give them as a piece of advice to get noticed by college coaches and to kind of figure out where they want to go in college?
My high school team, there's a freshman. She's definitely Power 5 potential. She was like asking me, she's like, oh, why'd you choose Duke? Why'd you say that? I was like, just being like open-minded and not like basing off one school. Like this is the one school I want to go to, and like limiting your options for that. And I'll just say like going to camps, getting yourself known, being like friendly, like outgoing, talking to the coaches, and then emailing them just short clips or something like about you, just so they can see you. Yeah, just going to camps mostly, and then just posting and becoming more known as a player, and like your personality too, because people don't like think about personality, so you don't want to be like, oh, mean here, and then like when they actually see you and they see how you treat your teammates and other stuff, they're like, we don't want that. So just like exposing yourself in that type of aspect.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think some kids forget too that coaches not only recruit you as an athlete, but they're also recruiting, the people that you surround yourself with. So I think it's good that you mentioned like how you treat your teammates. That's huge. Like coaches are going to be looking for that. So off of that, how do you think playing at Duke, like what do you think you're going to bring to that team for next year as an athlete?
I think just diversity and being able to get used to the environment that I'm going into. It's a new environment. I'm a freshman. Like I don't want to be up there and just telling everybody what to do. So just like giving like the easy coachability to them and just learning. Because a high school team, our high school coach is new. She was JV coach last year, and she doesn't really know that much about softball. So like getting used to like helping coach a team in like an easier way and a nicer way to help the players like understand. Just giving that coachability and being able to be coachable in those environments.
I love it. That's very important. So that's very good that you're already learning that. And then last question before we do our little games, what are you most excited about for Duke? What's something that you think about next year that you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait?
Definitely like the team bonding, to get that experience, be with other people and learn how that is.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll definitely just say like the sports aspect, and then like also the academic, to see how the administration works, because the freshman one and the sports lady, the one that does like the freshman like basketball, she said she does like football, softball, and baseball, I think. So just being able to learn how to like get used to like being a student athlete there, and then just seeing the academics at Duke.
Have you heard of K-ville yet? The little camping thing they do? Oh, it's all over TikTok. So they do this like I think it's called K-ville, but they set up tents and they literally camp out for like a week outside of the Duke basketball like area to get tickets for free.
I've when I went on my visit, there was people in like town. We were all so confused. Like,
yeah,
they weren't even playing. Like I think it was because it was Cameron Crazy and stuff. Also, I went around, but it was still like I saw people were just in their tents. I was like, how do you have time for this? Like,
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. All right, we're gonna play 2 games with you, and then you have one final question, and then we'll get you out of here. So this or that, just pick one or the other. Rosin bag or a sticky towel?
Rosin bag.
Indoor or outdoor workout?
Indoor.
Batting gloves or no batting gloves?
Batting gloves.
Conditioning or weightlifting?
Conditioning.
Visor or headband?
Visor.
Powerade or Gatorade?
Gatorade.
Playing in the cold or playing in the heat?
Playing in the heat.
Known for your speed or your spin?
Speed.
Day game or night game?
Night game.
And then what are you most excited for uniform wise to wear at Duke?
So I just saw we got new white uniforms, so I was excited to wear the new white ones. Yeah, just one of the white ones. I like white, like to look clean. So.
Yeah, I think white does make you look really clean. That's
Absolutely.
Cool.
So I just have a couple questions for you. What is your go-to pump-up song or pregame ritual to really get you in the zone for a big game?
So I do actually listen to Christian music before the game, because I do feel like connecting with God helps me more than just listening to like super. I feel like just being able to connect with Him, I know I can do things through Him. So I just listen to just Christian
Love
music
that.
before the game because I know he could just, if I have him with me, I'll just be able to. And I also think that helped me because last year I did struggle in the softball realm. Like, my coach was telling me I'm not that good enough. So, like, just having that, be like, I can listen to him and know he believes in me, that just helps me, like, be more confident at the plate, on the mound, like, in the field, anywhere.
I love that. That is awesome. If you could change, add, or take away one rule in softball, what would it be?
It's not really like, but that's definitely an unwritten rule by umpires, just changing the strike zone for like
Fair.
every single inning. Yeah, just changing
Yeah.
the strike zone.
That's
don't
pretty
have
annoying.
I don't have really problems with like anything else.
Yeah, I love it. What is the most embarrassing moment you've had on the softball field?
Well, it was actually last year we played Spruce Creek, and I had pitched and hit that game, and it had ran before the game. I hit a ball to like right center, and I slipped coming around first, and my brother yelled sniper, and everyone laughed at me. And then the people on the Spruce Creek they were like, "We're telling Coach Marissa you're going on an academic scholarship." I was just laughing. I was like, my brother just embarrassed me so bad, and I slipped. Like, it could have been like an easy choke, but I just slipped, and I crawled back to the base. It was definitely one of the most embarrassing.
That's funny.
And your brother really doesn't help you out with that. Of
Oh, he
course.
does,
Gotta
yeah,
leave it to
'cause-
him.
Yeah, he's 16, so like he's obviously old enough to know everything that goes off and stuff. Yeah.
That's hilarious. What is your favorite post-game meal?
Chipotle.
Oh, that's a
definitely-
common
You're literally
one.
like the third
No,
or fourth
I
person
like-
that said that.
Have you guys heard of Fresh Kitchen too? Do you know
Yes.
Yeah, I like either Fresh Kitchen or Chipotle.
Fresh
What do
Kitchen
you-
is good. I like their lime chicken.
Yeah.
Or
What
their
do you get at
lemon chicken.
Chipotle?
I get a chicken bowl, white rice, chicken. I don't like beans. I don't like the feeling of like bean stuff. And then like corn, tomatoes, mild, all that stuff.
Yum. That's so funny. You're literally like every single person I think has said Chipotle. I don't know if anyone not said Chipotle. That's funny.
I don't know.
Shout
I don't
out
like
Chipotle.
the Chick-fil-A feeling, fried food like after. I don't think
Yeah.
Chipotle is like cheap or something.
Yeah, right. Okay, and last question. What is the most unexpected skill or hobby you have outside of softball?
I was actually really good at football. Like, I don't know
Oh.
if it's because like softball, but I was like quarterback for Powder Puff, like at 2 different schools. So
Love
I
it.
don't know, maybe just like having a brother, I was good at it, but like football, I'm like really good at throwing.
Yeah,
and catching and
you got
stuff.
a good spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. That's awesome.
That's fun. Okay, one more question. If you could invite 3 softball legends to dinner for a night of conversation and advice, who would you invite and what would be the main topic of the discussion?
Definitely just Alicia, obviously. Let's see. Kelly Barnhill, like, 'cause I just always want to know how her rise ball just like always works all the time. And then obviously just Jocelyn Aller, because it's crazy how you're just that good of like a hitter in all those situations, not letting anybody impact you. Yeah.
I'm excited to
just-
play with her.
Yeah. Just excited, all those players. And then just being like how they kept controlling like all the big games, like knowing that they're one of like the top players in the country and how they didn't like affect their ego and like all that stuff, how they just kept composure during those times.
Love it.
Mm.
That's awesome.
That's fun. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for hopping on. We really appreciate your time. And hopefully we can catch up with you sometime later this year after you spend some time at Duke and kind of re-interview you and see how you're liking it there.